The gentlewoman from Florida, Ms. Cammack, is recognized for 5 minutes.
And thank you for pushing the button for me, Representative Jacobs. Holy smokes. All right, when you're 5'3" and you got little T-Rex arms and legs, you don't move very fast. It's the first time that's ever been said in the congressional record now, I'm sure. But with that, thank you to Chairman and Ranking Member for hosting this hearing today, and thank you to all of our witnesses for appearing and for your patience. Very important topic that we are discussing. Obviously, this is top of mind issue for so many Americans around the country. And of course, our small businesses play a vital role in our national economy for goods, services, most importantly, jobs. Now, I represent Florida's 3rd Congressional District, the Gator Nation. It's a thing up here. But that is located in north central Florida. And according to the small business profile from the SBA, small businesses make up 93.8% of all employers in the district, and half of all employees are of small business, that demographic in my district. So clearly, no doubt that small businesses are essential to the success of our community and many other rural areas like ours around the country. Now, so many of our colleagues, all of us, we meet regularly with owners from our district, and we frequent these businesses. So right now I'm confident that my colleagues are hearing the same concerns: inflation, trouble finding help, gas prices, supply chain issues, and uncertainties due to government mandates. In short, there are increasing concerns amongst our small business owners. Now, according to the National Federation of Independent Business Research, a survey that was conducted last month on the optimism index among small business owners, it had decreased by 1.4 points to 95.7, the second consecutive month below the 48-year average of 98. I'm hearing this repeatedly over and over and over again, and coming from a small business family, 3rd-generation commercial sandblaster, when I talk to my family about if they could start over today and still have success, they say, absolutely not. We would have never been able to survive in today's environment. So we've all been calling attention to this rising inflation for months. Clearly this is a problem because this is the highest level of inflation in over 40 years. I am 34 years old. In my lifetime, I have never seen inflation at this level. I think that speaks volumes, especially to millennials and my peer group who are starting out their careers and building businesses. A few days ago, one person in this administration finally acknowledged the reality of inflation. In an interview on CNBC, Secretary Yellen said, "We are likely to see another year in which 12-month inflation numbers remain uncomfortably high." I think it's past time that members of this administration and our colleagues recognize this reality and put an end to this reckless spending and maintain our competitive tax code, enact regulatory reform to eliminate burdensome regulations for small businesses. For example, I am the champion of the REINS Act, a simple common sense piece of legislation that would rein in government regulations. For too long, we've had bureaucrats that are unelected and unaccountable for the impact that they have on industry. This bill would change that in bringing these issues over a certain threshold back to Congress. It's clear, and you guys can see on this, every single item on here: gasoline, fuel, natural gas, food, energy commodities, it's all up. Across the board, we're experiencing crises across the board. I just want to end on this before I jump into a quick question for Ms. Rubio. Last week, I met with a small business owner from my district. He is a timber owner, a forestry guy, and he is a staple in our community. He's involved in countless initiatives, gives out of his pocket regularly to all kinds of causes. And when I asked him about the gas prices, he almost cried. The gas prices, the fuel prices, are having such an impact on him and the 15 people that he employs that he is looking at shutting down his operation. Factor in the supply chain crisis that we're experiencing with lumber and raw materials already. This is just one small operator in a small part of north central Florida, and we're facing this in thousands and thousands of cases around the country. So I think the short of it is it's time to empower our people. It is time to empower our job creators, and let's get government out of the way. So, Ms. Rubio, appreciate you being here today.
Thank you for having me.
And I just want to touch on labor issues. So before inflation was the hot topic, there was a huge concern dealing with labor. I want to talk to you and get your take on why you think today it is so difficult to find good help.
I think just beginning, like I mentioned before, a lot of my employees that were working for me did not come back. I feel they increase in labor payments, or it's a lot for me to compete with bigger companies. They're paying more. Uber is paying more. Amazon is paying more for the drivers, so they tend to go to those companies. So people to work for me, I don't have anybody interested in coming to work for me. So it's been really, really a challenge. A lot of them are depending on what they're receiving from the government as a supplemental. Yes, we have received in the past help to stay in business for
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
organizations that on certain times that we went through with the COVID. But if that becomes a way of living, depending on the government money that it's given out, that kills creativeness and doesn't let people to become entrepreneurs in life.
The gentlewoman's time has expired.
Sorry.
I appreciate it, Mr.
Yep,
Rubio.
yep,
Thank you
thank
for your time, and thank you for your consideration.